The Giants say they are not trading Saquon Barkley at this year's trading deadline. Not surprising to me. I do believe he will be going elsewhere in the offseason. The Giants could franchise him and then move him and get something for him, but they're not going to get much for him if they wait until the offseason. They could get more right now. They could probably get a second-round draft pick for a guy like Saquon Barkley. So it doesn't make any sense why they're deciding to keep him, unless the Giants believe they're going to make the playoffs. They're thinking about keeping Saquon Barkley. This offense cannot be run without Saquon Barkley. Look at their offense with him on the field and without him. They have a losing record without him and a winning record with him. Joe Schoen doesn't know what he's doing. If he knew this and he has seen the offense just completely fall apart when he's not on the roster, then you would know to give him that extension. Give him at least 2 years, $14 million a year. Make him happy, give him what he wants, and then give him some incentives. There's a lot of questions on why Saquon wasn't signed in the offseason. I understand they don't want to pay running backs, but when you have a running back that is your best player, the offense is run 60% of the time through him and is helping your quarterback, paid him $40 million a year for the next 2 years, and you cannot trade him until those 2 years are up or even let him go. Your team is right now behind the 8 ball, and it doesn't really make sense where the Giants are. So it makes sense why they should trade him because they can get more, but Joe Schoen realized they can't win without him. With the Jets, Dalvin Cook is going to be gone. It hasn't worked out for him. I still think Dalvin Cook has something left in him. I just don't know if he fits in this offense. When you have Breece Hall, you have Israel coming back, a kid that looked really, really good in the preseason. He's getting healthy, and you still have Michael Carter. I just didn't think that it made any sense going into the season to bring in Dalvin Cook. Now, I understand that that's what Aaron Rodgers wanted. Aaron Rodgers is not the quarterback right now. It's Zach Wilson. And Dalvin Cook has not been a good passing back, blocking back either. They're going to run the ball with Breece and try to get the ball to Garrett Wilson. And Carl Lawson is another guy that could be on his way out too. He is 100% healthy. He's been a healthy scratch over the last couple of weeks, but the Jets don't have anywhere to put him. They have a lot of youngsters. Johnson has won the job from him. Jefferson has been a good signing for them. Wood has been a good signing for them. And Huff is going to get a lot of money in the offseason. Probably not from the Jets, because I don't know if the Jets are going to be able to afford it, because they have to pay Elijah Vera-Tucker. He's out for, again, another season. Mekhi Becton, another guy that they're going to have to franchise and maybe extend him. So there's a lot of questions where the Jets are going to be able to put their money and in whose pocket, especially when they're going to have to pay Aaron Rodgers next year about $60 million. The Eagles acquired all-pro safety Kevin Bard from the Titans for safety Terrell Edmonds and 5th and a 6th round draft pick next year's NFL draft. The Titans have mentioned both Derrick Henry and DeAndre Hopkins are available for trade. It makes a lot of sense with Derrick Henry going to Buffalo. If somehow Buffalo can pull off a trade with the Titans, and the Titans pretty much gave away Kevin Bard. They practically handed him over to the Philadelphia Eagles. So it seems like they're in cahoots with each other. But Derrick Henry is available, and I do believe they're not planning to re-sign him in the offseason. And he's not having the season that he's had over the last couple of years, but he's still efficient. And if he goes to Buffalo, that's something that the Buffalo Bills have been missing, a power running back that could be everything to your offense. And the way the offense is played over the last couple of weeks, you're going to need an efficient running back that can absolutely bulldoze a defensive line. It hasn't worked out over there. They're starting Will Levis this week, so it tells you that they're rebuilding. Tannehill could be traded. I don't know who wants Tannehill, but Tannehill could be a good backup if a team loses a quarterback closer to the playoffs. Derrick Henry and DeAndre Hopkins are guys that are definitely going to be open to be traded. It makes a lot of sense. I think Vrabel is going to be gone at the end of the season. I don't see the Titans moving forward with some of the players, and trading A.J. Brown absolutely killed them. A.J. Brown was everything to that offense. Look at what he's doing for Philadelphia. You saw Vrabel's face when they traded him in the draft a couple of years ago. Oh, yeah. It was nonsense. You look at this team, now they're throwing away pieces that were good. Their defense going into the season was expected to be a top 10 defense. Now you're trading away an all-pro safety. I feel bad for this organization because this was a good football organization for the last couple of years and a playoff contending organization, and now they've completely fallen off, and that has a lot to do with the GM and the mistakes that he's made. And Vrabel, I think Vrabel's a good coach. If he does get fired, somebody's going to hire. Bill Belichick is not going to be gone until sometime next year if he has a start of a really bad season. But if Bill Belichick isn't the guy for the future, they could bring in Vrabel. Vrabel is a successful coach. He's never won a Super Bowl, but he's been a successful coach. He knows the Bill Belichick way. He knows the Patriot way because he was a Patriot. He is a good coach. I just don't know if the Titans are going to stick with him if they decide to rebuild.